What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Rope Monster here, coming at you from Playa Akumal, just 24 hours after Hurricane Beryl graced us with her presence. And we're gonna see what things are looking like here in Playa Akumal. That's the main point of the video today. We're also gonna go check out the Pueblo of Akumal and see how that held up. Apparently, the winds were stronger here to the south, so I want to make sure this is a good option for those of you coming down and considering visiting Akumal. We want to see that everything is open, and so far so good. And guys, I paid 40 pesos for the colectivo to get down here and 130 pesos to enter. And so far, guys, I would say that's a great value. 170 pesos total to get down here from Playa del Carmen and get into this pristine, protected beach. And for those of you who don't know, guys, there's no fishing allowed here. The wildlife is protected, and there are sea turtles all over out there. So if you're looking for a place to come snorkel, a place to come swim with turtles, this is the spot, guys. So let's go see how things are looking without further ado. Vámonos. So look at this, guys. This water is absolutely precious. No sargasso, no seaweed whatsoever. And it looks like folks are hard at work getting things back to normal here. Looks like they're taking the plywood off of some of these lodgings here. So that is good news right off the bat. Yeah, let's check out these beaches, this water, beautiful white sand. I was really relieved on my walk in here, guys. I didn't see a ton of damage. Now, I did just get here, so we do need to go see how things look. But so far, I'm pleasantly surprised. And as you can see, there's plenty of families out here enjoying life, enjoying this pristine beach. Now in this video, we're gonna walk at least half, if not all, of the beach here, and then I'm gonna head over to the Pueblo of Akumal and see how that held up. Hola, ¿qué tal? Provecho. And I do not yet have a beer in hand. It's still a little bit early, but we'll see about that beer here pretty soon. I'm feeling parched. I've had my water, now I need my beer. Oh man, yeah. This is absolutely gorgeous, guys. So far so good. And it is my friend's birthday today, one of the volleyball guys. Shout out to Yvonne. I will be trying to get back for that, but I'm really trying to squeeze every drop out of every single day here and every day of life in general. So bright and early I got up, got on the colectivo down here. I wanted to bring you guys this update. I haven't really covered Akumal, and I don't see a ton of videos out there on Akumal. So far, guys, that first little spot where I started the video is looking like the most pristine beach. There was no seaweed in the water. Here there is a bit of seaweed, as you can see, but it's still beautiful. So that beach is, if you come in the entrance right after you pay and come through the entrance, there's locker rooms, a shower, a bathroom, and that's all included with your entrance fee. If you take a left from there, instead of just going straight out or going to the right, if you take a left, you'll get to that pristine little beach there. And I think that's where I'm going to get in the water here in a little bit. And where those waves are breaking right out there is the reef. And if you swim out to that reef, you will be amongst sea turtles and other wildlife and fish. And as I mentioned, they're protected here, so there's plenty of fish and turtles out there. I did not bring my snorkel today. The sole purpose was to take a little walk and update you guys, the YouTube family, on Akumal. So far, guys, if you have plans to come down here, I would absolutely recommend keeping those plans. This is beautiful. So there's the dive center there. There doesn't look to be any damage to the dive center that I can see, so that's great. And these palapas even look like they held up really nice. So just more and more good news stacking up. And now the water here, as you can see, the water is clear again. What a beautiful spot. Sometimes I resent paying for a beach because the beach is public, but in this case they do use those funds for the conservation and protection of the wildlife, so I have no problem paying the $7. It is $7 US or 130 pesos. Keep that in mind, guys. This is perfect. I could come here every day. And it is only about a half-an-hour ride. 1st Avenue Sur and 45th Avenue, there's a colectivo station where you can either hop on colectivos to the north or to the south, as far as Cancun to the north or Tulum to the south. And depending on where you plan on getting off, they will charge you accordingly. So you can get to the cenotes for 35 pesos. And you can get to Akumal for 40 pesos. $2.50, guys, at the current exchange rate to get down here in an air-conditioned minibus. So quite a pleasant ride down, if I say so myself. So plenty of palapas here. And I don't see any severe damage to them. I do see right here on this one, some of the thatching has been kind of roughed up a little bit, but if that's the worst of the damage to the palapas, then that's good news. In the last video, we did see a couple, actually more than a couple of palapas that had toppled over or been ripped right out of the ground by the wind. Now, a few of these are clearly wind blown, but really not severely damaged, so just yet more good news. The lifeguard tower held up well. Looks like the famous swing here also held up. These may be new ropes. They look brand new. Yeah, so they may have just preemptively changed those, or they may have repaired that already since the storm. I don't know. Now this right here, guys, is Secrets Akumal. This is a resort, so these palapas and lounges are not included in the 130 pesos. But this beach is public, so you have every right to be on this beach, even if you're not staying here at Secrets Akumal. Life is really good, guys. I appreciate all the well wishes and prayers and thoughts for Anna and myself during the hurricane. It was a little scary, no doubt. The strongest winds I've ever witnessed with my own eyes and ears. So it was a sight to behold. I'm glad we stayed, but there's always some risk, and you just don't know how hard a hurricane's going to hit when it makes landfall. We had high hopes that it would only be a Category 1 or Category 2, and it was closer to a Cat 3. So you never know, you have to be prepared. But overall, we are so grateful for how it went, and still, as of right now, I haven't heard of any serious, you know, any fatalities at least. I know some folks have been injured by glass and things like that, but no fatalities as of yet that I've heard of. So just yet more good news, more to be grateful for. So as you can see here, guys, this is a biosphere, a reserve. So we've got corals, we've got all sorts of different fish, different types of sea turtles. So this is not only paradise for us, but this is paradise for the marine life as well. And you can see these families are living it up, loving every moment. And if you guys like these updates, please do smash the like button for me and subscribe if you haven't already. It means the world to me. I really appreciate it. So a little damage to the palm trees, but that's to be expected. Still, these resorts are built like fortresses, so I'm not shocked to see them in perfect condition. But you just never know till you come check it out. So back to Ivan, it's his birthday, and he and I didn't always get along right from the get-go. We were sort of in each other's ear and talking smack, and over the months we have become good friends. He's always trying to steal my beer between plays, and you just got to give people a chance. You got to warm up to people's personalities and get to know them. And Ivan's one of those guys that over time he's grown on me quite a bit. So I do want to get back there and celebrate with him and bring him a couple of cold beers. So it looks like up there we do have, right there, it's bright guys, I can't see my screen all that well, but right there it does look like we have someone up there doing some repairs to the thatch roof. And so these ones have indeed taken some damage, but still I'm impressed with how they've held up. I mean, they do a really nice job of putting netting over the thatching to kind of keep it from blowing off. So good job security for this guy anyway. He's got work, which is good. That's the bright side of it anyway, the silver lining. And so we're now getting away from the resorts a little bit, away from the crowds, into the more rocky area here. And yeah, you can see guys, a little bit of damage here to the roof, but not terrible. Hold on, get down. Maybe it looks like a couple of these windows here up top have blown out. But if that's the worst of it, that's not bad. And I did walk around a little bit, guys. I have heard that there's a way to get to this beach without paying the 130 pesos. But, you know, like I said, I think the money goes to a good cause. So I wasn't really, you know, hell-bent on getting in here for free. I think the money goes to a good cause. But if you read online, I think there is a way to get into this beach without paying. I did walk around a little bit and kind of scoped it, but mostly the access is private, even though the beach is public. So keep that in mind. I think you guys can probably find a way in here if you're budget conscious travelers or just you know, don't agree with paying for beach access. I can fully understand that. So this is beautiful, guys. Here on the ground, we're starting to see a lot of corals and seashells. So for those of you who kind of like to treasure hunt, obviously don't take anything with you, but it is kind of fun to find cool stuff. You know, it's a fun activity for families, and and kids, but I myself am just a big kid, so I do enjoy looking at the ground and finding seashells and corals and things like that. So this is a great part of the beach to do that. So we'll walk on a little bit more, guys, and we'll just enjoy some of this beach and kind of show you a little bit more of the beach. And then I will make my way over to the actual Pueblo of Akumal. But really good news all around, guys. This is looking as pristine as ever, and the damage is minimal. If I didn't know there was a hurricane that passed through here, I probably wouldn't have even noticed the minor damage. And we are still getting some wind gusts, but nothing really out of the norm for this part of the coast. Just the sound of the waves is so therapeutic. Really enjoying that. Okay guys, I think I'll walk about as far as this point here and then wrap up this section of the video and head over to Akumal and see how that's looking. Some really cool stuff here on the beach, guys. Some corals. Yeah, just really enjoying that. So it is Saturday about 2:30. So just over 24 hours after the exit of Hurricane Beryl, and the worst of it was about 30 hours ago, the strongest of the winds. So these ladies have found some cool treasure. Sea corals, fan corals. If I wasn't trying to get back for Yvonne's birthday today, I would make a full day out of this for sure. And I would have brought my snorkel gear and gone out and swam with the turtles. But even just coming down here to get out of the city for a few hours is well worth it. Just a little break from Playa. And we've covered quite a bit of ground now, guys. We started the video all the way down right about there at that pristine little beach. And to me, that still looks like the very best beach as far as swimming. And just resting on perfect white sands, no rocks, no seaweed, much to my surprise. I thought that maybe there would be some damage to the beach, but no, not the case. And this just goes on quite a ways, and look at this right here. That's pretty cool. Once again, I'm not going to take any of this stuff with me, but it is really fun to just look at all the creations of Mother Nature. She gives and she takes away. I mean, we're lucky that wasn't as strong as some of the hurricanes in the past. As mentioned by subscribers, you know, some of the hurricanes like Wilma in the past did make landfall as Category 5s, and we were so lucky that wasn't the case this time around. So I'll just show you guys this spot right up here. This is absolutely gorgeous, and there's no one here. So maybe a nice spot to come have a picnic, nice place for couples to come relax. And just take in that view. And these places all seem to be in good shape as well. I don't see any broken windows, any real damage to the roof or anything like that. Excellent. All right guys, so I'm now here in the Pueblo of Akumal, and I'll start by giving a review of the food I just ate here in a moment, and then we'll take a walk through the Pueblo. It's not a very big Pueblo, so we'll keep it short, and I do have a birthday to get to, but we will take a little peek around the main center of Akumal, so let's go guys. Alright guys, so we're right here by the turtle at the entrance of town, and I was pretty hungry when I got into the Pueblito here of Akumal. So I actually just ate at this restaurant, and I hate to say this guys, but it was absolutely terrible. I ordered some fish tacos, and of course naturally I asked what kind of fish the tacos are made of, and I'll share on the screen what that looked like. Immediately I was unimpressed with the presentation. And you know, I'm not here to give anyone a hard time, but I was lied to. They said the fish was mahi-mahi, and it was absolutely tilapia. It tasted awful. You know, I ate it, but only because I was hungry. It was terrible. 3 little fish tacos for 140 pesos. And then I asked them about the fish at the end, and they couldn't even look me in the eye when they told me it was mahi. I said that was definitely tilapia and probably farm raised. And so they've got quite the hustle going there. I should have kept walking and gone to this place where the locals are eating. And one of the biggest red flags, guys, was the American pop music. That was red flag number 1 in that restaurant. And red flag number 2 was the prices all had pink stickers over the top of them, and they had pretty much doubled the prices on everything. So I think they're taking advantage of the fact that they're basically the first restaurant as you walk into town. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, well, you can't fool me twice. So I will not, absolutely not be back to that restaurant. So back to the matter at hand, guys. The damage here in Akumal seems to be minimal. Some of these windows are still boarded up. These turtles here are built like tanks, so I think there's no damage there to worry about. Obviously some tree damage, and it looks like the Centro de Salud Municipal took some damage. I see some broken glass there. This tree is no more. So overall, guys, I think Akumal is fine, worth visiting. All worth visiting except for that restaurant that I just showed you. Very disappointing. Probably would have actually waited to eat and gone and saw Jorge, for those of you who know about Jorge's quesadillas, but it is Saturday and he's closed. So usually when I come on these trips, I try to get back by about 4:30 or 5 before he closes and eat there at Jorge's. But being Saturday, I had to try a new spot, and I should have come to this creepy place here, Taqueria El Chucky. ¿Qué tal? Son ricos, ¿verdad? ¿Y tiene pescado frito? Excelente, okay, gracias. So you heard it right there from the locals. These are good tacos, and they got the best mascot right there. Look at that. And it smells pretty good, guys. I'm no longer with appetite, but next time I will try this creepy Taqueria Chucky. All right. Oh wow, they got lots of Chuckies. ¿Qué tipo de pescado son trae sus tacos de pescado frito?
De pescado mahi-mahi.
Mahi-mahi. Okay, muy amable. Gracias. So guys, they also say they have mahi-mahi. Maybe they do. It just, you know, I lived in Jalisco long enough to like, I ate probably my weight in mahi when I lived there. I basically ate red snapper and mahi every day, so I know what it tastes like and I know what it smells like. So very few of you will probably be coming to this area and staying way back in these parts back here, so I'm really not going to cover that. I'll cover a couple of the side streets, and then I think I'll call it a day and go drink beer and play volleyball with my good friend Yvonne. Life's all about balance, guys. A little bit of content creation, a little bit of time with friends, a little bit of volleyball, a little bit of beer. So this is like the local park right here, and I'm really just not seeing any damage. Everything seems to be perfectly intact. The buildings, even the vehicles on the street, that old trailer right there seems to be fine. Let's check out the church here. Yeah, so guys, Akumal seems to have survived and fared really, really well as far as the damage from Hurricane Beryl. One thing to note, guys, one bit of damage that I did see was on the pedestrian bridge on the way over here from the beach side to the Pueblo. A lot of that rusty metal that they use on that walkway was blown off, and there's some sharp edges and some rusty sharp edges, so do be careful especially if you don't have your tetanus shot, guys. I've been cut by rusty metal in Mexico before, and if it starts itching really bad, that's bad news. So keep that in mind. Be safe when you're crossing that pedestrian bridge. And that's really the only caution I have here for Akumal. Other than that, everything looks really good, guys. Thanks again for stopping in. Rope Monster out.